Hi everybody, this is Everyday Taipei, and today we are going to Ningxia Night Market. So just to show you where it is in relation to everything, Taipei 101 is here, Shilin Night Market is here, Taipei Main Station is here. To get there, we're going to go on the red line. We're going to get off at the Shuanglian Station, exit number 1, walk up the street, and take a left and walk through the night market. So let's go. This is the exit number 1 that I was talking to you about. It exits right onto the street, and it looks like this right across the way from the number 2 exit. And if you see the signpost here, it actually will point you to the direction of the Ningxia Night Market. So if you kind of don't have your bearings straight at this specific exit, you can just look at this signpost and it'll point you in the right direction. So once you go here, you take a left and you go up this street here. And it's a pretty long way, so I'm going to cut to the first big intersection. And so if you are walking and you see any of these things, you'll know you're going the right way, basically. Yeah, I can't read any of the signs, so what I do is I just pick out landmarks. Like, I would probably try to memorize this coffee shop sign if it was my first time going. This coffee shop, I would know I'm on the right direction if I go there. This is a little bit farther. As you can see, more construction. Yay. I have probably 100% hit rate on all of my videos that there is some construction going on. So when you first get on there, even before the turn, there's going to be shops. And so this always has a line. It's called fantuan. It is like a rice burrito. It has youtiao in it, which is like a fried donut in it, and pickled cabbage. I think it's cabbage. It has some kind of pickled vegetable in it, and a meat or a protein of your choice. You can get egg. You can get pork sung, which is like pork floss. And I really, really like it. I had that one. It's really good. I don't know why, to me, hot take, I don't think it's that great, although there's always a line and I've heard it's pretty famous. But I can't see why it's that much better than any other youtiao. Or fantuan, sorry. So there's a bunch of stalls before even getting onto this Ningxia Street. And so we turn left and now we're on it. We came on a Monday, so actually, in fact, it's actually 2 lanes, whereas right now it's 1. And I came because I cannot film on a Saturday or Sunday or Friday. It gets crazy. Like, you can see like the proximity of carts, which makes it a pretty special night market, I think, is like it's so close together. And so it creates this kind of atmosphere where it's like pretty bustling, but also I just didn't want to have that hassle of trying to like weave my way through all these people. So I came on a Monday, and so there's a little less carts coming. Maybe that's something to think about if you were to come here. I believe all the major carts are still open. It's just you won't have, there's 2 aisles on those bigger days. And so here you still get to see all the types of food that they have. I actually think out of all the night markets, I would rate this as one of the shorter ones. It's really just maybe a 2-block straight shot through it. And so in the scope of things, like Shilin or Raohe are definitely bigger, I feel like. And so I think that's another special thing. This night market is pretty special to a lot of people. A lot of Japanese tourists like to come to this night market. And I think it's because of the kind of atmosphere that it creates, because you can see it's pretty close together. The food is really, really nice. And so there's definitely a lot of bustle, word of the video, bustle. So the reason Ningxia Night Market actually exists is because when the Japanese during the Japanese occupation. It's kind of interesting. There's this circle park on the other side of this street. That was where all the shops were back when Japan had Taiwan. And so that got built up, but there was a fire and everything burned down. And so during that time, they moved all their things to Ningxia Street. And so that's kind of the precipitous of why it's on this particular street. And maybe why there's so many Japanese tourists. Not that probably, I don't know if that's a connection, but it might be. Another thing that's kind of interesting that this place has a lot of, as you just saw, there's like outdoor seating, so like night market style restaurants where you can actually have a seat and eat, where usually you would just buy the food and then go. One of the things I actually found out during my research of this night market was that it's actually designated a no smoking zone. I am not 100% on this. There's not a lot of reading on it, but it's prohibited here to smoke. Maybe point out to me if you see anyone smoking in this video, because I didn't go through it and see that. But yeah, I don't know if that has more of a push to like make it a more cleaner environment. But I can't help but like connect the fires that happened at the park, the roundabout park at the base of it, and the no smoking sign. They probably have nothing to do with each other, but kind of an interesting little anecdote there. Yeah, basically you walk down this street, and then at the end of it there's a roundabout with a circle with a park in the center. And so that's the historical like site from like 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, I guess. Yeah. As you can see, the night market food is pretty similar to everywhere else. There's a lot of, what can you find here? IU jelly, the Hakanese mochi is awesome. You definitely have to try that when you come here. Usually here they're like floating, they're hot and they're floating in some kind of liquid, and then they take it out, they cut it up, and they put some like peanut dust or sesame dust on it, and they roll it up, and then you eat it like that. It is so soft. It's like so good. You gotta try it. They have stinky tofu, definitely. They have oyster pancakes. There's a shop. I'll leave it in the info, but there's a famous oyster shop here. A lot of good things. Basically, what we just walked through is the entire length of the night market. So on the bigger days, you can double back around and go up a second alley. But today it was just one shot. And then on the other side of this intersection, what you see here is where all the games are. So it's kind of a nice divide between the two. I recommend this place because it's kind of nice. It has everything. It's pretty short, lengthwise. And so I like it. That was, yeah, pretty much the end of it. See, you get to here, you go down maybe a block. At the end of this street, you'll see the roundabout. But yeah, this is basically the end of the night market. I just wanted to introduce you to it. I highly recommend this night market. I like it a lot. If there's anything else you guys would like me to show you guys, just leave it in the comments down below. I'll be happy to do it for you. Okay guys, I'll be seeing you.